Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Kitchen Chaos with Jackie. I'm Jackie. So I'm so glad that you're joining me tonight. I wanted to share with you one of my family's favorite dinners. One of their favorite chicken dinners, that is. Oh, wait, Sophie wants to say hi. There she is. All right, guys. So this is a Swiss cheese chicken bake that I'm going to be making tonight, and it also has bacon. Bacon. Everything's better with bacon, right, Sophie? I'm also going to make a side of cabbage. So it's going to be bacon, onion, cabbage, and it's delicious. So that's what we're going to be having for dinner tonight. And I just thought maybe you'd like to see how we make that. So come along, and I'll show you what we got cooking. All right, so here are the ingredients we're going to be using today. I have 3 very large chicken breasts that I've already kind of cut up. I just made them a little bit thinner so that it wouldn't take as long to bake. And I put those in my big baking pan, which I sprayed with some cooking spray just to keep them from sticking. We're going to season those and then I'm going to put those back in the fridge while we do some other things. The other thing we have is some Swiss cheese. We have some shredded Parmesan Romano and Asiago cheese. That's really good cheese. I bought it because it was on sale. Some mayonnaise and sour cream. And that's going to be for the chicken. We also have bacon, cabbage. I cut up half of a white onion back there. And also some of my seasoning. So there's that Szechuan seasoning. I'm going to use that to season the chicken. We have onion and garlic powder and salt and pepper. Really easy tonight. Nothing weird, no funky ingredients, just plain and simple. So I'm going to go ahead and start cutting everything up, and then I will show you how we make the topping for the chicken. Okay guys, so I have my high-sided skillet. Let me just move that camera back a little bit on the stove. I just turned it down. I've got it on like a medium-low heat. We're going to first start with our bacon. And the reason I'm going to do that is because I'm going to use some of this bacon in the chicken dish and then the cabbage. So I'm going to go ahead and add this to a cold skillet. With bacon, that's fine. And what I did, oh, let me tell you how many pieces I used. So I have 8 pieces of bacon. And the reason I have so much is, like I said, I'm going to use some of this for the chicken. So I figure probably 2 or 3 slices for that. And then the rest of it will be for the cabbage. So we're going to fry this up. I'm going to do it on a low heat so that it will render out the fat, because we're going to cook the onions and the cabbage in the fat from the bacon. So that's what I'm going to do. And this is probably going to take me, oh, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes or so. Don't pay attention to the time. I've been futzing around doing other stuff from when I first showed you what I was going to do. And I'm not going to make you watch while I cook all this bacon. Excuse me. I do want to show you, though, my chicken. Okay, so this is the chicken that I did. So these breasts were very large and very thick. So what I did was I slit them in half. I put them in, I seasoned both sides with salt, pepper, and a little bit of Szechuan, and that's it. So I will show you how we complete this. We'll put this in the oven whenever I put the cabbage in, because the cabbage and the chicken are both going to cook for about a half an hour. That way they'll be done at the same time. Okay, so I'm going to put that back over here. And I'll meet you back here when my bacon is almost done. Bacon is doing its thing, and it's just, well, no, it's nice and crispy and done. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that out, and we are going to sprinkle that on top of our chicken. Oh no, we might get some bacon fat in there too. Well, that would just be terrible, wouldn't it? Okay, so I'm just going to do this, excuse me, and then I'll leave the rest of the bacon in there, and then we're going to add our onion. I have the oven preheating to 375. Oops. So we're going to do that, and then I'm going to finish this. Again, I just don't want to bore you guys while I'm futzing around with this stuff, so I'm going to show you the rest of this in just a minute, okay? And plus, I don't want to burn my bacon. Okay, so I have put bacon on top of my chicken. I'm going to show you the rest of that in a minute, so bear with me here. We're going to be putting Swiss cheese on top of the chicken, and then we're going to put a little bit of a sauce on top of that. So what we're going to use is, it's pretty simple. It's a half a cup of mayonnaise. So half a cup of mayonnaise. And then we're going to use a half a cup of sour cream. So bear with me while I get this out. I love this little measuring cup pusher that I have, especially when I'm doing mayonnaise and sour cream, things like that. It makes it really easy to measure out, and you don't have a lot left that you have to scrape out of a regular measuring cup. Not that that's a bad thing. I have done it most of my life. I just happened to buy one of these, and I love it. So half a cup of mayonnaise, half a cup of sour cream. Okay, the other half a cup is going to be a half a cup of grated Parmesan cheese, and we're just going to dump that right in there. Okay, so we have that. Now we need to season it, because this, of course, does not have a lot of flavor. So we're going to go in with some fresh ground black pepper, which, of course, if you do not have, please feel free to use whatever is in your little shaker. Okay, so give that a couple of grinds. I'm also going to go in with some garlic powder, just regular standard garlic powder. I'm going to give that a good jingle, because we love a lot of garlic. It's about a teaspoon, I would say. I'm also going to add some onion powder to it. So we're going to go in, kind of the same thing, about a teaspoon of onion powder. And then, for giggles, now there's going to be salt in the Parmesan cheese. Don't forget that. So I'm going to go in with just a little bit, probably about a half a teaspoon of salt. And I'll give this a taste before we put it on the chicken, just to make sure that that is acceptable. And we're just going to move this around and get that all incorporated. Okay, so I will finish doing that here in a second. Let me bring the chicken over. So I actually used a little bit more bacon than I thought, because, well, you know, it's bacon. So, but don't be worried. I had extra bacon in the fridge. I had actually cooked some up yesterday to have for breakfast. So I would rather sacrifice my bacon for breakfast and have it for dinner, because I want to make sure that we have plenty in the cabbage. So I cut up another 4 pieces and put into my pan. And like I said, they're already cooked, so I'll just warm those up a little bit, and then I'm going to throw the onions in. But onto the chicken. So we have a piece of Swiss cheese. Woo! Okay, sorry. I'm a little silly. All right, so we're going to put Swiss cheese on top of our pieces of chicken. Now that we have those covered with Swiss cheese, I put about a slice and a half on each one. It has holes in it. You need extra cheese. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my mixture that I have blended up, and I actually tasted it, and I put a little bit more pepper and a little bit more garlic in there. You know, you always want to taste it. So how I do this is I kind of put a dollop on each one, and then I spread it over top. So let me just show you. We'll be using all this, so it's okay if it becomes a little bit contaminated with some raw chicken. I'm not going to have a heart attack over that, because, again, I'm not going to be eating any more of this. So very gently, doesn't have to be perfect, you're just going to smooth that over your chicken. And, of course, use your finger if you need to. Okay, so we're going to do that with all of this chicken, and then I'm going to go ahead and get that into the oven, and then we'll continue on with our cabbage. And there is our finished product with the chicken. So you can see how I got it covered. So it's not beautiful, but it's going to be delicious. So I'm going to go ahead and get that put in the oven. All right, so now that we have our chicken in the oven, we're going to go ahead and finish up our cabbage. So, like I said, I threw a couple extra pieces of bacon in there that were already cooked. So I'm just heating those up right now. I'm going to go ahead and put my onions in. Now, I was rooting through the fridge, and I have some celery in there that is on the left side of being bad. So I went ahead and cut up a stalk of that and threw it in. It'll give a little bit of natural sweetness, so that'll be good. So what we're going to do is we're just going to saute the onions with the bacon in the bacon fat. And I didn't show you, but doing the bacon slow, we were able to get a good amount of bacon fat, and that's going to go ahead and cook all of that cabbage that we have. And I have that kind of cubed up. I don't know, I guess is how you would say that I cut it. I don't like it in like really big pieces. I just feel like it eats a little bit better. So I kind of just cut it up into bite-sized pieces. So I'm going to let this go for a couple of minutes, and then I'm going to throw the cabbage in. All right, so our onions have been cooking for a couple of minutes, so now I'm going to put the cabbage in and try not to spill it all over the stove. Oh, did some fly off the edge? It's okay, I cleaned today. Oh my goodness. Okay. So cabbage is in. We're going to go ahead and season this with a little bit of garlic powder, some salt and pepper, and then I'm going to put a lid on it, and we're just going to steam it down. And right now I'm just covering it with the bacon fat so that everybody's in the pool and having a good time. And this is going to cook down quite a bit. So I actually have a little bit more cabbage to throw in here. So don't be scared. Like I said, it's going to make a large amount, but it will also cook down. So we're going to do that, and then I will show you what it looks like whenever I'm done. Don't forget to taste your food. All right, a half an hour later, and we have some beautiful chicken that I just took out of the oven. You can see it got a nice little brown on it. Smells delicious. I'm telling you, smell-o-vision, it needs to be a thing. The other thing is, okay, so the cabbage, I actually only cooked it for about 20 minutes. I had the lid on it. I gave it a few stirs throughout the cooking process. You can see how it did cook down quite a bit. I tasted it as I went, added a little bit more pepper and a little bit more salt here and there. So I really like the finished product. So we're going to let this cool. I'm going to plate up. I'll taste it for you, and then we're going to go eat dinner. All right, guys, so dinner is done. I have it plated up here. So we have our cabbage with bacon and onions, and then our Swiss cheese chicken bake. I just wanted to taste it for you, let you know how everything came out. You know, the final tasting, even though I tasted it throughout. Okay, so some cabbage. Oh, that's tasty. I love cabbage with bacon, cooked in the bacon fat. Now, if you don't want to use all the bacon fat that you rendered out, please feel free to take some of that out. It's not a problem. It's going to be a little bit fatty, but that's just how we eat. We run on fat, not sugar, so I don't freak out about the fat content of stuff. But that takes some getting used to. So if you're not on a keto diet or you follow a very low carb diet, that might not be something you're comfortable with. So please make adjustments, okay? Now, the piece de resistance is our chicken. So I'm going to have a little bite of that. I'm just going to do a really tiny one so I'm not chewing on the camera, but I really want to taste the finished product with that. Guys, that is so good. Okay. That's why it's one of the favorite dishes in this household. So everybody's clamoring because they want to eat, so we're going to go. But I just want to say, as always, thank you for watching. Thank you for checking me out. Share with your friends, your family, whoever. I don't know, strangers on the street. This channel is all about low carb cooking, making substitutions for things, maybe finding a recipe that you really like on Pinterest and you're like, oh, that sounds really good, but oh, it has pasta or potatoes. You can always find a substitution for that. I'm here to help you with that. So be good to each other. Keep smiling. Peace. Oh, be well. Be safe. Wash your hands. Okay. Thanks, guys. Bye.